First of all, may I wish you all a very happy new year, as we say. Or rather, I wish you not a happy new year, but that you be happy during the new year. And to be happy, you have to say welcome to whatever the new year brings along and to say goodbye to anything that the new year will take away from us. That's happiness. Let us share some reflections about today's liturgy, the Epiphany, the manifestation, the revelation. Well, a parish priest was receiving Christmas gifts from the children of the parishioners. The florist's daughter handed him a box, and the priest could smell what was inside. "Are they flowers?" asked the priest, and surprised, the little girl replied, "How did you know, Father?" The priest knew the profession of the kid's parents and had a good sense of smell. Another boy also came with a box, and Father just shook it and said, "Is it a pair of shoes?" The student asked. "How do you know?" The priest knew because the kid's family had a shoe store. Then Johnny came along, the son of a liquor store owner. And the priest saw that the bottom of the box was wet. "Ah, I know just what is in the box," the priest mused. He put his finger on the wet part, smelt it. Is it wine?" he said. Johnny shook his head. "No." Then he scraped the leaking box, with his finger and tasted it and saying, "Is it brandy?" Johnny replied, "No." "Is it mass wine?" the priest asked. "No, Father. It's a puppy." He had licked the puppy's urine. What's in a gift? It is made up of gold, incense, and myrrh. And that's the revelation. A gift, and a real gift, always reveals itself to be made up of gold, incense, and myrrh. A gift is a golden heart which opens up to share itself with those it loves. It is a way of saying how precious a person is for the giver of the gift. It is a way of saying that the person to whom the gift is given has a unique and irreplaceable value. A way of saying, because you are precious to me, my life is richer, brighter, and more complete, because you are a part of who I am. But the gift is also incense, not just for the pleasant aroma or perfume, but because incense is a sign of worship. It is a sign of adoration in whatever is sacred, whatever is holy. That is, whatever is coming to us from beyond. Adoring God is not simply submitting ourselves to Him because He is the most powerful power and He is the one on whom we depend. Adoring is simply rejoicing and opening our hearts to the beauty, the goodness, the joy that is the source and origin of all our own beauty, our own goodness, our own joy. It is adoration is a parent adoring their newborn baby. It's a deep peace and joy whilst contemplating a setting sun or a blooming flower. It's open our hearts to feel God's own presence. This makes all the difference between living life as a task or a project or a chore, something that we need to build up, to achieve, and life seen as a gift which has been freely given to us out of love. Life is life when it is a gift of love, freely received and joyfully given. Life is a gift and not just a right, as we hear it said so often today. No one was born because he or she has done something to deserve it. We simply had no say about our coming into existence because life is a pure gift, the gift. And that is why life, all life, is holy and sacred. Blessed are we if we see ourselves, if we see one another, if we see nature, forest, countryside, climate, indeed as holy and sacred gifts of love coming from beyond us. How miserable we are when we see and use life and nature just as commodities that we can use and abuse, that we can master and control, modify, destroy as if they were ours by right. Destroying the gift and the giftedness of nature is destroying humanity. We have more than enough proof of how true this is. We destroy nature and we destroy our own selves in the process. Today, more than ever. But what about the mirror? How can bitterness, pain, and suffering be a gift? The reason is just as simple as it is challenging. No gift is real, no gift is precious or beautiful unless it is somehow a part of the giver. It is the giver that makes the gift precious, and not the gift that makes the giver precious. It is we who make our gifts precious. What's the use of giving the world to someone if you are not the soul of that world? In simple terms, what is the value of a gift if your heart is not in it? What's the toy without the parent? What's the money, the comfort without your son or your daughter? What's the gift without the love? And what is love without the lover? If a gift is me, how can I give it without feeling the pain of giving myself? Especially not knowing what the beloved is going to do with my gift of love. That is why pain is indeed part of the gift. Yes, the three mythical kings perhaps were not only rich, they were above all wise kings. And they were wise indeed because they also included in their gifts the bitter sweetness of pain, together with the preciousness of gold and the holiness of incense. Their gifts express so beautifully what kind of gift Jesus is for us, and the gift who we are called to become for Jesus and for our brothers and sisters. Just as wise old Simeon was later to tell Mary and Joseph, this child will be the cause of the fall and the rise of many, and a dagger will pierce your heart. You cannot give yourself without dying a little or a lot to yourself. You cannot be the gift without paying the price of forgetting yourself and your needs to concentrate all your love on your beloved, on his, on her needs that come first. There is no greater love than this, to give one's life for those you love, said Jesus. Is it not for this that Jesus came? Is it not for this that we make such a big fuss about it at Christmas? Is it not when we actually live up to this that in spite of all its pains we find life meaningful? Is it not life really full when we give it up for someone we love? That is why at Christmas we feel the urge and the need to give gifts. It is our simple, humble perhaps, way of saying that love makes us and others become authentic and lasting gifts. Each person becoming the precious gold, the holy incense, and each person experiencing the bitter sweetness of myrrh. So, when your gifts start leaking, now you know why. The taste is amazingly bitter sweet. God bless you and have a good and peaceful year. Thanks to the gifts that you give and receive.